Alright guys, I'm about 18 months too late, but here we are with the review for PGA Tour 2K21. Now I know I'm late, but I really enjoy doing content like this. I want to incorporate more stuff like this on my channel, maybe do some more early reviews, like day one reviews, as early as I can anyway. I don't think with these kind of games you can really do day one reviews because there's so much content involved that you really need to have played it for a significant amount of time. Like having played it for 18 months now, I've deeply covered every aspect of the game from career mode to societies and even hosting my own tournament. So it's given me a real deep dive into what this game is all about. So let's jump in and discuss whether this is the best golf game ever made. So I'm going to be using the 7 Ps method for this review. It's something that my friend Scott came up with, and I've been using it for any reviews that I've done. I've done a Last of Us Part 2 review. I did a review for the golf club games as well, and I've done a couple of others here or there. Not many, but as I said, it's something that I want to do more. So the 7 Ps are playing, plot, people, places, picture, phone, which is sounds basically, and pop, the pop factor, with like the wow factor. And now this isn't going to strictly work for this review. We'll be changing it up a little bit. For the playing, we'll be talking about the gameplay, of course. For the plot, I'm going to be discussing the different modes, the career mode, the societies, all of that stuff. For the people, we're going to be talking about like the pros, the swings, the animations. For the places, we'll be discussing the courses. For the picture, that's basically just the graphics, so that obviously will count. And the fun, will be discussing the sounds, the commentary, and the pop won't really, it's kind of irrelevant. So let's jump on in. We are going to start with the gameplay. The gameplay in this game is well done in my opinion. It has a tempo system based on your backswing and downswing rhythm with a swing plane to go with it. So you basically have to get all of these things right together for it to be a perfect swing. And when you do get them all right together, it's actually quite satisfying, especially on the harder difficulties. Now, the tempo system at first was being regularly manipulated by the best players in the world with the red fast technique. I'm sure some of you remember the red fast days. I released some red fast merch, but I didn't do it on purpose myself. I was just super bad. Yeah, the red fast method was basically where you'd hit it red fast on purpose because it was a consistent distance, which was easier to do than getting a perfect tempo, of course. They fixed this though and made it randomized how far left and how far distance-wise a red fast will go, also making black slows and black fasts punished much more. So this was a change that made the long-term nature of the gameplay much more respectable and fun, in my opinion. So fair play to 2K for getting on top and changing that. But overall, the difficulty levels in this game is what makes it great. If you want to have a casual round, then there's definitely settings that can make this game extremely easy, where you can shoot -20 for 18 holes, like you used to do on the Tiger Woods games back in the day. But on the other end of the spectrum, if you want a real true challenge, legendary difficulty is insanely tough. You can play without green grids, you can play without lie grids, anything you want to do to make the experience tougher for yourself, you can do that. Now, Pro, Master, and Legend are the 3 difficulties that I use, and to be honest, they're all enjoyable to play in different instances. I've had tournaments with all of these difficulties. We're currently doing a Legend All-Shot tournament as it stands, which is the hardest difficulty. Insanely tough. Now you can customize each difficulty setting as well, but they're each as fun as each other in my opinion. The level of golf changes with each as well, you know? Now don't get me wrong, this game can be incredibly frustrating as well. No round is going to be the same. You're not going to be on it every time you play. It's very similar to real golf in that regard. It's utterly satisfying when you get it right and are playing well, and then it's endlessly frustrating when things are going wrong. There'll be rounds where nothing goes right and you have to grind it out, and there'll be rounds where it feels like you really can't do a thing wrong and you're playing out of your mind. But there's always a bad shot around the corner, a mistake waiting to happen, to bite you in the ass, and that's what makes golf so great. So that's the gameplay wrapped up. I think they found a really good formula here. I'm sure they'll fine-tune it a little bit in future iterations of the game, but I think this is a system that they'll be sticking with in terms of gameplay. Yeah, but seeing as there's no real plot to PGA Tour 2K21, I'm going to replace this with the modes, starting with career mode. Now, I do believe this is the part of the game that is probably the biggest letdown, in my opinion. There's no cutscenes or special feeling of glory when you win a tournament. There's no little cutscene. Even just a little scene of your guy holding a trophy and celebrating a little bit would go a long way. There's nothing in the way of that, which is quite disappointing, in my opinion. And PGA Tour pros are used to try and push a feeling of interest in these tournaments. But I would imagine probably 95% of people turn the highlights off after the first week because they're repetitive holeouts from the bunker, and they're glitched to the point where a lot of the highlights really don't make sense at all. They're putting for eagle on a 450-yard par 4. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I think there's big room for improvement in the next iteration of 2K Golf in this regard. Or maybe this is something that the EA game will look to capitalize with an in-depth career mode, because there's definitely, it's definitely lacking there, I'll say that much. The amount of licensed courses and pros wasn't really a problem in my opinion. It was just the way in which career was done was a letdown for me personally. I wanted a little bit more to it than we got. But now let's move on to the next mode, which is societies. This is one of the greatest aspects of the game, and the golf club games before it as well. The sense of community, togetherness, and competitiveness all in one is absolutely awesome. I've met some amazing people through this game, and the societies is how I got people involved in these tournaments I host as well. We've got a great group of lads, and I really am grateful that they have these societies in these games, so I can have a community like this. This is something that I feel like every golf game should strive towards being like in the multiplayer department. Just having a community aspect like that is hugely important in my opinion. And that kind of tails off into multiplayer as a whole in this game, I guess. Now, this is a bit barren and bare. There's all shot matches and match play, and there is different modes you can play, but you can only do this in 9-hole matches on an official course, and it never really means anything. There's no ranked mode, there's no statistics to track how you've done in these matches, which I think would be really nice. I like the way there was a ranked mode in the Rory McIlroy game. I feel like that's something that they definitely will need in the future, or hopefully EA have that at least in their golf game, so there's a bit of everything in both the golf games. Yeah, it just all feels a bit pointless from a competitive aspect, at least. It's nice to go on and probably just have a casual round with some random people, but in general, pretty unnecessary to even have that mode if it was going to be the way it is, really. And then finally, there's Divot Derby, which was added in post-release. This is where you have to try and get the ball in the hole as little time as possible, rather, and people get eliminated after each hole. Now, this mode is incredibly fun. I wish it was more popular because it doesn't seem like super easy to populate lobbies, but that's all I have to say on this one, really. So the next P is people, which doesn't really apply to this review, but we can talk about the pros, we'll talk about the swings, we'll talk about the animations. We'll start with the swing. So the golf swing, and I say swing because there is only one swing, it's decently fine, but we need custom swings. We need custom swings, and we need actually fully rendered golf swings for the pros. Like, they need to have their custom swing in the game, in my opinion, in the next iteration. The pros themselves, honestly, are just kind of pointless, it feels like. They're only involved in career mode highlights, which, as I said earlier, most people will turn off as they just become a nuisance. You can't play as them. You can't play against them. So they definitely need to find a better way to utilize this in the next game, especially since they're going to have Tiger Woods in the next game. Like, he is going to be the cover star, and, you know, you just simply have to be able to play as or even against him in certain scenarios. Like, if you could go on and you could play as your own guy and play against Tiger Woods 1v1 in match play, that would be perfectly acceptable, and that would be awesome in my opinion. Even if they don't want you playing as the pros, to be able to play against them or have them as a playing partner in career mode would be hugely important in my opinion. So the next P is places, which will be courses basically, and this is what sets it apart from any other golf game that has come before it, in my opinion. Now, the official licensed courses, there's a decent selection, but that's not what anyone's going to be talking about when it comes to this game. There's access to unlimited courses from the very best designers in the world, and that's due to the course creator. I would have stopped playing this game long ago if it wasn't for this. So some of the courses these guys create are just absolutely magical. Of course, the best one is Houndstooth Point, our very own course, mostly designed by the main man, Crazy Canuck 1985. He helped us bring my course realization to life, and that was something I'm incredibly grateful for, because I look back on that course and it's absolutely incredible. I love it. But really, the fact that top tier courses are still being released weekly, if not daily, 18 months after launch is a testament to just how massive this feature is, and it gives them an advantage over any other golf game in the past and any to come in the future that will not have a course designer, because there's just so much there, so much content. It's unlimited. I've done 79 episodes of my Fantasy Course of the Week series, and I haven't even begun to scratch the surface of how many great courses are out there, and we have new courses in my society every week as well. So yeah, this is one of the best things to ever happen to golf games, and I hope it's a feature that is in every golf game from now until the end of time. Now, next up is the picture, which is basically the graphics, and we'll talk a little bit about performance as well. So I don't really have a lot to say about this. I think the graphics are serviceable, definitely not amazing, and you'd hope there'd be a big upgrade for the next gen versions when the new game drops. But I did want to say as well that the loading screens that I get in this game are absolutely terrible. They're unacceptable, to be honest, completely unacceptable. I'm sometimes waiting for a minute or two in society menus to actually get into a round, and also between holes in certain instances as well. Now, I don't know if this is just limited to me, because it's something that quite simply has not been addressed. I keep getting these error codes. It keeps happening even 18 months after launch. Now, as I said, I don't know if this is specific to my game or just specific to PS5 in general, because it doesn't happen to any of the PC players I know. It doesn't happen to any of the Xbox players I know. And to be honest, even the PlayStation players, it doesn't happen in nearly as extreme as it does in my game. People on stream notice it all the time. They're like, how is your game this bad? How does it take this long to load? How do you even deal with this? And it's something that really has frustrated me a lot, and I hope to God that the servers and loading times are fixed in the new game, or even in this game in the very near future would be awesome. It's something that actually like significantly takes away from my enjoyment of the game at times. Now, the last part is the phone, aka the sounds and commentary. I don't have too much to say about this either. The sounds of the club hitting the ball and the ball hitting the cup are very nice. They're satisfying. Well, that I would like maybe a little bit more variety in sounds from different types of shots, like a punch shot or a splash shot to sound a little bit more different than it does out of the heavy rough, out of the bunker, etc., etc. Maybe more of a thud in certain situations. But as for the commentary team, I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with John McCarthy, who is the commentator on all of your casual rounds and online rounds, all of that stuff. Sometimes he's just straight up mocking you, man, and he comes for your head. But it does make for some good entertainment, I must say. And I think Luke Alvey and Rich Beam are pretty decent in career mode as well, and they have some nice dialogue when you're playing certain tournaments like the Players. And I think that they do a good job. So that's about it for this review. The pop, aka the wow factor, we don't really have anything in the way of that for this game. So yeah, that's where we're going to end this review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think overall, if I had to score this game, I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. In summary, I don't think it's the best golf game ever made, but I think the potential is there for this to be a real behemoth in the golf world, because there's just so much unlimited possibilities with the way that this can go, as my girlfriend arrives and the dogs go crazy. But thanks for watching this review. I hope you guys enjoy PGA Tour 2K21, and I'll be doing a review of PGA Tour 2K22 as soon as it drops, and of course the new EA game. Check out some of my other content and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Peace out.